Hey guys. I am here to talk to you guys about the why one paycheck is keeping women stuck. I'm going to say that again. We're going to talk about why one paycheck is keeping women stuck. All right? So, one paycheck can pay your bills, guys, but one paycheck can also keep you trapped, right? And many women don't realize they've built their entire life around the financial dependency, of their job until the pressure hits, right? Layoffs, burnout, unexpected emergencies, economic shifts, and then suddenly everything feels unstable because one source was carrying everything, right? And today we're going to talk about why building multiple streams of income is no longer optional for women who want freedom. This is an absolute must. Okay. All right, guys. Hey, everybody. I'm Cynthia Lewis, and I help Christian women turn what they already know into income, impact, and freedom, right? Through the power of entrepreneurship. And one of the biggest mindset shifts women must make is understanding that security is not found in one paycheck. Real security is built through stewardship, strategy, and multiple streams of income. All right. So, without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So, we're going to be talking about the illusion of security, right? So, for years, many people were taught, to go to school, go and get a stable job, and you'll be safe, right? But look around, right? People with degrees are struggling, can't find jobs. If they out of a job, they can't find a job, and people with long careers are getting laid off. Right? People who thought they were secure are overwhelmed financially. Why? Why is that happening? Right? Because depending on one source creates vulnerability. Right? And I need women to understand this. And guys, you need to know that wanting more income does not mean that you're greedy or anything like that. It just makes you responsible, right? Especially when God has already given you gifts that can create solutions for people, right? You already have something valuable. Some women think income streams only belong to influencers or people with huge platforms. But guys, that's just not true, right? You know, your experiences have value, your skills have value, and your knowledge also have value, right? And there are women that are actually making income through coaching, digital products, consulting, courses, speaking, you know, creating ebooks, service through their service businesses, and actually doing just content creation, right? And many started with what they had. They didn't have a lot, but they used what they had in their hands, right? And they multiplied it, you know. And the problem is not lack of potential, right? The problem is hesitation. You know, the truth is the fear keeps you stuck, right? It keeps women financially stuck. Fear sounds spiritual sometimes. Like, this is what it sounds like. Like, I'm waiting on God, right? I'm praying about it. I just need more confirmation. You're not waiting on God. God waiting on you. You don't need to pray about it no more. God has already spoke. And you don't need a confirmation. You need to go and do and take action, right? So meanwhile, what happens? Months pass, years pass, nothing changes. You're still in that same situation. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years later, right? Now, yes, it's okay to seek the Lord to get clarity. We okay. But we also know that clarity comes when you take action, right? Um, but many women are not waiting on God. Like I said earlier, God is waiting on them to move, waiting on them to stop hiding behind perfectionism. Faith without works is dead. That means movement matters, right? So we're going to shift into building freedom, starting small. You do not have to build everything overnight. One thing I like to say, we're talking about, how you can have multiple streams of income. But guys, I'm going to encourage you, start with one offer, one skill, one idea, one solution, right? And this is so that you don't get overwhelmed, right? Because I know you like the idea of having more than one income stream coming in, actively coming in, and that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But start with one, build that one up, right? And then build on, add another stream to that, right? That's how you multiply. Um, the women who keep moving eventually gains momentum, right? And eventually confidence grows, income grows, vision grows, leadership grows, right? But all of that stems from what? You taking action, right? And you got to also understand that freedom is built intentionally, right? Freedom is built intentionally. So you need to know, guys, that your future deserves more than just survival mode. And your family deserves more than financial fear, right? Guys, you got the power, you have the abilities within you to um, build and earn the income that you desire so you can create a better way of life for your family, right? You were not created to live a limited and to live or be limited by one stream, right? And your job right now is that one stream. But God wants you to have more than one stream, right? You were created to multiply, right? According to Deuteronomy 8 and 18, it says, "For it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth." So God wants you to have wealth. He don't want you to just have one paycheck, right? So it says, let's look at this. Now notice the power to get wealth, not just wages, right? Not just survival, not just barely enough, you know. God wants you to have more than enough. He wants you to have wealth, right? So guys, if this video challenged you, I want you to comment, "I'm building more," right? In the comments. I'm building more. And if you're ready to learn how to turn your gifts into income and start building freedom intentionally, I want you to join the Call to More membership, guys. The link is going to be in the description. Um, and also, guys, if you are new to my channel, I want to welcome you. And if you enjoyed what you heard in this video, I want you to subscribe so that you can get the notifications, whenever I drop a video, you can go and check it out. So, guys, this is Cynthia Lewis. Until next time, I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.